This is Mrs. Naslund, and today we will be talking about how to find the perimeter and area of a complex shape. We talked about yesterday finding the perimeter and area of rectangles and squares, and today we're going to look at shapes that are made up of bunches of different rectangles and squares. So first, let's try to figure out what the perimeter is, or the outside of these shapes. Now, these shapes are nice because they're laid out as grid paper. So we can use the grid paper to help us figure out what the perimeter is of the shape. So I just start by going around and counting each side. So I've got 1, 2, 3. So this side is 3. Then I go ahead and go down here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This side is 7. Then I go across here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This little piece right here is 1. And then we have this huge piece down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then lastly, this piece here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have all of my sides labeled. Now, once I've labeled all my sides, I want to add those up to figure out what the perimeter is of this shape. So 8 plus 8 is 16, plus 3 more, 16 is 19, plus 7 more would give us 26, plus 5 more would give us 31, plus 1 more would give us 32, and that would be the perimeter of my shape. 32, and I'm going to label it 32 yards, because that's how many, that's what it tells me my label is for that section. Now, once I figured out my perimeter, now I can calculate my area. To start with the area, I'm going to break my shape up into squares and rectangles, or in this case, 2 rectangles. And I want to find the area of this shape right here. So I know that in order to find the area, I'm going to do base times height. So in this case, I'm going to do 3 times 8. 3 times 8 is 24, and I will go ahead and write that in there. And then I want to find the area of this piece right here. So we have a 5 and a 1. 5 times 1 is 5. And then to find the total area, I'm going to add these two numbers together. So I'm going to say 24 plus 5. I would add these two numbers together. And I know that 24 plus 5 equals 29. Now, when it comes to labeling area, I'm going to write 29, but because it's area, I'm going to make sure I have square, SQ, yards, like so. And then I have the area of that shape. Now, if we go on to the next page here, we're trying to find the area of this complex shape, but this time I'm missing sides, and you'll notice it's not on grid paper. So I have to use the knowledge that I have to figure out the missing pieces and then calculate the perimeter and area. So first I'm going to take a look. I look at what I do know. I know that this shape is a rectangle, and I'm going to actually draw it out so you can see. I'm looking at this rectangle right here, and I know that if this side of a rectangle is 2, then this side of the rectangle also has to be 2. And I know that if this side here is 5, that this side here is 5 as well. All right. Now this one's a little bit more tricky because I don't have something directly across that I can figure out. But I do know that this huge side is 9. And if I actually draw this out over here like this, you will see that if I do this, that this whole side then should also be the same as 9. So I can look at all of my vertical pieces, and I want to make sure that they add up to 9. So I have 3 plus 3, which is 6. If I have 6 plus what equals 9, I know that this is also 3. So now I have all of my sides. Once I have all my sides, I can calculate my perimeter. So I have 9, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, plus 5 would give us 19, 20, 21, 22, plus 5 would give us 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So my perimeter, P, is 32 inches. Now for area, I'm going to break this up into my 2 boxes, and I'm going to calculate the area of each of these boxes. So in this case, again, I'm going to do base times height. So 9 times 2, which is 18. And then I'm going to do this box, which is 5 times 3, which is 15. And now I need to add those together, and that will give me the area of my complex shape. So 18 plus 15. If I do 8 plus 5, I get 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 3, carry my 1. And then 1, 2, 3, 33. So my area is 33. And remember, I'm going to label it square inches. So that's how we can find the area and perimeter of a complex shape.